Hello, Chain Gang, and welcome back to the 4 Chains Travel and 4 Chains in Italy playlist. Today, we are sharing with you the beautiful town of Trani, Italy.
This amazing city has so much to offer. We broke it up into 2 days. We drove there one day, and we took the train there the other day, and they were both incredibly magical.
We're taking the Tyrion Lannister route. I can see that it's dangerous. It did get a Michelin star. This is the most famous site in Trani. So you can see the shrimps still moving.
That Ferrari works for me.
Kyrie eleison on the road that I must travel.
This is the salad we got. It's the prawn salad. I am here with the world's largest pineapple.
The thing I want to note about
Trani that's different from some of the other towns of similar or bigger sizes. See, that's a free space there because it's white and no blue line. There's way more free parking in Trani than there is in a lot of other larger cities, particularly Bari. We're taking the Tyrion Lannister route, hidden route, around the backside. Will I recommend this? I don't know. If I perish, then the answer is no. I'll let you listen to the sea a little bit. Okay, nobody's on this beach, and nobody's trying to get in this way, and I can see that it's dangerous, so I'm going to say absolutely do not go with this way. Do as I say, not as I do, but life is an adventure, and I'm taking the adventure route.
And as you can see, Jim had absolutely no problems scaling this huge wall. He did not at all need a break the second he got up there and was done. Folks, sometimes with kids, you just need to let them burn their hands on the stove. Natural consequences.
You can see there's a safe way because the tourists are all over there. We're taking this way instead. Hopefully. Hopefully we don't have to go back. If you watched our London video, you might have seen that we got in a similar bind one time. So hopefully it doesn't happen here. Whew. It is beautiful though. Wow. All right, I'm gonna put the camera away in case I fall. I'm gonna put it in the protective case. I'll let you know if this works. Yes, this is the cannon that prevents people from pulling a Tyrion Lannister and escaping through the basement.
Okay, I guess
This video's turning into a public service announcement. It's impassable because you could get around, you could climb these rocks, and then you could go around there, but that's where you would have to stop. So we're just gonna go back.
all right, the city has provided signs on how to get to Castle Svevo. Follow the signs, do not follow Google Maps, because that was really scary. At one point I couldn't even have my phone out. The water was lapping onto the cliff and onto my shoes. So even though technically we are at the castle, that does not mean that this is the way that you want to go. You want to follow the signs in the road.
This castle at one time was protected by a moat. Angie is a huge fan of moats. Put some dangerous crocodiles in there or something, and nobody wants to climb over that wall through the moat and try to get in one of those windows. All right, let's go in the entrance that the tourists are supposed to go in, because that seems safer. Along Via Leonelli. We cannot afford to eat at Quintessenza. However, if you're one of our rich subscribers, it did get a Michelin star in 2024. But it is $105 or $118 a person, depending on which group you get. And that is actually a savings off of ordering from the side of the menu. We are at the Porto de Trani, and this is the much safer way to to get to Castle Svevo. We're going to be making the safe choice from now on. They have a particular exhibit here, a collection of the Queen Margherita di Napoli, which is the translation there. So let's see what we can get going here. This is easier than crossing the moat, or would have been. This is the schedule. There are two Castello di Svevo. This is the one we just showed you. There is also one in Bari. The purpose of this map is because for 20 euros, it gets you a 6-month pass to all of the archaeological museums in Puglia. So if you're staying here for an extended period of time, really 3 months would be the most unless you live here, that would be the deal. If not, just staying in Castle Svevo in Trani is 8 euros, Castel del Monte is 10 euros, but you can just get a pass to those two for 15 euros, 50 euro. So it just depends on how much time you are spending here. One note, if you saw our Lecce video, the Roman theater in Lecce is closed due to repairs. There is an enormous amount of concerts held in the Palazzo dell'Arte, and they advertise it here. It's mostly classical stuff, but also swing, and there's even a comedy show. So in Italy, you're never lacking for the arts. This is the most famous site in Trani. It is known both as the Cathedral di San Maria Assunta and the Cathedral of San Nicolo Pellegrino. It has gone under many levels of construction, starting in the beginning of the century in 1099. Most of the construction was done between 1159 and 1186. What's particularly famous is the bell tower, which stands high. You can see it is supported by the arch underneath that everybody walks under to reach it. And there are school tours constantly going on here. If you look to your left, there's a tour that just left it and is now enjoying the view. Of course, the view is one of the reasons why this is such a famous landmark, because you can enjoy both the church, the Campanelli, and the beautiful view. We're going to take you inside a little bit. Buongiorno. Okay, we can go in here. Basilica is that way, and the crypt of St. Nicola is downstairs, St. Nicola Pellegrino, but you cannot film. There's a class going on, like I said, in the Basilica. This thing is similar to the one in Bisceglie with the wooden ceilings, but it is quite a bit larger. Should also be pointing out that this is not Baroque architecture. It is more Roman classic, Romanesque architecture. So it is less ornate. Still beautiful. This is the bronze door of the basilica. If you put a euro in the machine, it will light up like this. You can get a better shot. It's just gorgeous. To give you an idea, when you exit the cathedral, you get a nice view of the Castel Svevo. Underneath the cathedral is this area, which is also open to the public. It's probably 10 degrees colder. What I was showing you there is the baptismal. It's not an octagon, it's circular like you see in some places. It's really nice and cool down here if you're here on a summer day. There's a big tour group here, as I figure there is most of the time. And they are filming the original artwork on the walls. They've been careful to maintain the original artwork. And once again, this is the crypt of St. Nicola, but you can't go film in there, although I saw a lot of people doing so. This is another situation where you can get in here for free, but to get these lights, you have to drop a euro, which is fine. It's not been restored, and there's some appeal to that. Hey, there's Angie, I found her. This is what the machines look like that you put the euro coin in. You can't pay with bills or credit cards. This building is called the Palazzo Valenzano, but I think that you probably haven't heard of it. They keep it named that because it sounds like a cool place to visit, but it was only the Palazzo Valenzano while the rich Valenzano lived here. It then became a courthouse and a bunch of other government buildings, and that actually is what it is today. It actually houses the notary if you are getting residency or a business or a license for marriage or some other sort. And it's certainly located in a beautiful place, which is the end of the port here. And the reason why we're going this way is because this port is where, as you see my beautiful wife Angela there, this port is where the local fishermen bring in their seafood and then distribute it and sell it to the local restaurants. We want to try the freshness of that. The word is that Trani is a great place to have a seafood dish where the seafood was in the ocean earlier that day. But I'll be the judge of that. So you can see the fishing boat here. They come in with their various wares. Their big haul here of seafood that was live today. We got some shrimp, we got some fish. I love those, oh my goodness. And of course calamari, squid. This happens twice a day, as I'm told. They come in the morning so restaurants can get it for the lunch rush. And what we're looking at now is the afternoon, restaurants picking up fresh seafood for the dinner rush. They just got pulled. Il più fresco del mondo. Wow. This octopus is still alive. That shark, I won't check. We got this octopus. You can see the shrimp still moving. I can confirm that this shark is still alive. He just picked it up. It flopped around. Look at that. Holy moly.
Just off the port, we have another beautiful church facade, the Chiesa di Santa Teresa. This is an 18th century church. Plenty of nice cars here. That Ferrari works for me. Whoo, baby.
One thing of note, we mentioned this, I don't know, 5 years ago in a video, but when we're going to Trani, that doesn't mean that that's going to say Trani. That's going to say the final destination. So what you want to focus on is that 23518. That is that's the train number. And here we are in Trani. It's a really cool street. Let's head down there towards the water. There's really something to be said for being in a town with these beautiful centro storico streets and not a ton of people, which is just really nice.
Il futuro che vorrei, the future that you want. Italy is well aware that their Achilles heel is their aging population. So we were happy to see this event, plus the one that you saw in our Bisceglie video, targeted on the youth. If Italy cares about their future, then hopefully they will care about the future of Italy and we'll all be better off.
We're in the piazza that every town has. They're always a little bit different. They're always like well designed, I've noticed. Although they have central themes, which are fountains, trees, lots of benches for people to enjoy. La fare di dolci fare niente, the sweetness of doing nothing. And then at the center of them, there's almost always a statue commemorating somebody that's significant for the town. And in this case, it's Giovanni Bovio Trani. So, and then of course they have a plaque describing why he's so important to the city of Trani. What's interesting here is that this is not a plaque commemorating the life of Giovanni Bovio. It is actually a love letter, essentially, that he wrote to the town that has been posted in their main piazza. So we're going to include, or maybe you're already looking at, a screenshot of the translation of what I have here. Like a lot of cities, they have these helpful explanatory maps. It is all in Italian, but you can use Google Translate and translate it if you don't speak it. And it maps out, it has siete qui, you are here, and then it maps out 19 places you can go or turn into a walking tour. Interestingly, 8 of the 19 are churches, but I guess that's not real interesting in Italy. It's kind of common. If you saw our walking tour of Matera, you saw our church that was dedicated to San Fresco di Assisi, St. Francis of Assisi, and I told you that a lot of the towns in the Puglia region have churches dedicated to him. Well, today we are in Trani, and sure enough, this is the Chiesa di San Francesco di Assisi. It's the architecture and the domes and the arcs are really nice. This is the altar, not as elaborate as some of the other ones that we have seen, but there's some beautiful artwork behind the altar. You can see St. Francis of Assisi up there in the corner. I'll show it to you from the other side here. Sorry for the bad camera work. Okay, here we go. This is the view from the altar. Impressive. For those of you who are children of the 80s and you have wondered what that message means, it means, Lord have mercy. For people who are not children of the 80s, Kyrie eleison in the road that I must travel. And that's appropriate because that is the pilgrim who is the patron saint of Trani, Nicholas Pellegrini, who you have seen and will see more stuff dedicated to. He is known for his Kyrie eleison and the road that I must travel, because he traveled as a pilgrim, and when he was alive, he was thought for most of his life to be a, I don't know what the appropriate word is, but to be mentally challenged because of the things he would exclaim. But then later in life, there were many miracles associated with him, despite the fact that I think he died at 18. And so then he was sainted and became the patron saint of this. And here we have a baptism. This is, follow our channel and you go to these Italy videos with all these beautiful churches. The octagon is a very common thing, and this explains, which we haven't seen in other churches, exactly why you get baptized and what happens in that rite. You were not raised the way we were. This is a confessional. This is the confessore. This is the penitente. Forgive me, Father, for I've sinned. And then you confess your sins, and then he tells you what you have to do to get absolution and forgiveness. At the beginning of the port in Bari is this, which it commemorates the 100th year of this as a maritime port, although it was made, 1963, so it was, we're talking about another 50 years coming on that at this point. And then after that, you can see the port. Lots of restaurants down there, and castles back there. And we're gonna go check out the lookout. Okay, Angie.
In today's edition of We Make Mistakes So You Don't Have To, we are at the port of Trani, and we're trying to get up on this lookout spot over here.
Yeah, we told you we wanted to go see this.
And we thought the way
It's
to
right
do
there.
that was coming through this park, which looks beautiful. It looks like a great place for a family to come, right on the water, presumably on the other side of that equipment. But a nice British gentleman just walked by and told us that in order to get to the lookout point, we need to go all the way to the end here, because this gate is not surmountable.
No.
Nor is it open, and go around.
Yes.
So here we go.
Now, he also let us know that you see down here, you might think, well, I can go down there and go around and then get up there. But he said that you cannot. So he says you have to go all the way around. So I think we're going to get lunch first and maybe carb up to do this trip.
We found a beautiful spot for lunch today. It's right on the water. We're ordering some pizzas and a salad. I don't know how the food will be, but the location is fantastic.
Grazie.
This is our view. As I said, I hope the food matches the view.
It's certainly dangerous as a general rule in these port cities
to eat in a place with a view.
With the best view. The best reviewed restaurant is like 5 or 6 blocks inland, but they don't open for another half hour. So
we are definitely tied to the schedule of the towns that we're in.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. If you've looked at our other videos, we've definitely had some not great experiences in restaurants sitting on Italian ports. But let's hope this isn't one of those.
We did get the prawn salad. It's lettuce, rocket, sun-dried tomato, breadcrumbs, bacon, steamed prawns, and Caesar dressing.
Oh yeah. Jami. I think that's how you pronounce it. Jeami. Jami. Okay, so I thought the salad was outstanding, right?
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah, that combination, bacon, sun-dried tomatoes, shrimp, it was excellent. And you just brought a couple pizzas out, not for us.
Yeah,
but,
it's for us.
Oh, per us, sì. Grazie mille.
Grazie.
Okay, so I don't know whether you can see this.
I will tell you what's on yours.
Salmone, tartare means
grazie.
pomodori gialli, pesto.
A white base with farina, stracciatella, salmon tartare, rocket pesto, pistachio, and yellow date pesto.
Okay.
And mine is, I got a white pizza. So I got the Pietro, which is basil, pesto base with buffalo mozzarella, sausage, grano padano cheese, and pistachios.
And
I love
just so you
anything
know,
pistachio.
Unlike in the United States, the pizzas never come cut. Well, I wouldn't say never, but rarely come cut, so you got to cut them yourself.
And also, you don't get ice unless you ask for it.
That's right. See? So you want to say un bicchiere con ghiaccio, which I will ask you.
But the entrance to the park and the place where we're trying to go that we mentioned just a little bit ago is right over here. The gates are open. The sea is in the background. There's a welcome statue there, and here we go.
All right.
This is a beautiful little park.
Yeah, this is great.
It's almost like a botanic garden outside with the sea in the background, and we're going to find out what this statue is here. It's got a flagpole behind it. And then on this side are more plants, and the bird songs are lovely in here.
And you're
then
about to see where we tried to get in the first place, which was
down there.
down there.
That's where we tried to get in before that gate down there. But there's also a really nice playground for children that we gave you a little peek of. Let's go over here.
And there's a gazebo over here. Is that what that's called, that stage that you see
there's
in
a
Mexico?
big, it's like a Centro El Centro.
See.
There's a really nice gazebo. Presumably, maybe they would put some musical performances or maybe dance performances in there. There's, this looks like a clock. It's kind of neat. It would be cool if it was like a sundial.
It's a couple minutes off.
And we just had some cloud cover, so I don't know if the sea will look as beautiful as it did during lunch, but it's water, and water is my spirit animal, so it's drawing me closer. It's a huge anchor here.
We got both the anchor and the big gun that they would load on the ship, probably.
And the statue here. Jim, do you see what this is?
I'm gonna look that up if you want to pause. This is a statue that used to be in a museum, and they borrowed it from Pushkin Museum.
Are we about to have a storm?
Well, I don't know. I'm seeking cover from the storm up here. Let's find out what this is.
Okay.
Oh man, I'm excited.
Ooh, yeah. What is this?
See, this
ancient
is
thing?
kind of, it's funny. A lot of forts, defensive forts, are designed to be very visible and foreboding for attackers. This is the opposite. This is hidden behind trees, so you can surprise some people.
There's also a little koi
What's up?
pond in this fountain here. Okay, better catch up. It's a little secret path. Oh, I hope you can hear the bird songs in here. And here's the playground I mentioned. It's kind of extensive.
Now, here's an interesting thing over here. This is a parco giochi. When you see here an
So
outdoor
it's a funny park?
No, a park to play in. That would be Parco Divertimenti. But this over here, if you see on a map, this is
gym.
called an outdoor gymnasium. Yes.
That's where I'm going to do my pull-ups.
They have these
there.
in Brazil as well.
I've seen these in Miami.
Okay.
I had to remember where I was. I knew it was a place with beautiful water, and it was very similar to this. Couldn't remember if it was Mexico or someplace else, but it was definitely Miami.
What's interesting about this spiral is if you're up there defending, you've got two choices. You can try to skip the spiral by climbing up here, which makes you very vulnerable because you're obviously not offensive. Or you can decide to just go around the whole column where you can be picked off at any time. This is actually kind of ingenious.
Or you can look at the beautiful water. And I mean beautiful. So beautiful. Oh, it's so beautiful. Okay, I'm going to keep spiraling and take the high ground so that I have the military advantage.
I threw a windsock on my microphone. That's how advanced we are, YouTubers. Look at this. This is kind of a cool defensive structure and makeout spot, I think. You know?
Let's give it a try. See
I
if it
know.
works.
All right, so it did work
Beautiful.
for some smooching.
Okay, I'm going to shut this off until we get to the next
That's
spot.
how the enter is through there. Then you come around here, just walk up that circular stairs, get to your spot. Angie has found one of the more curious tourist attractions in this park in Trani. What is this, honey?
I am here with the world's largest pineapple.
Oof, I don't even think it's close. Look at that bad boy. Yummy. All right, let's slice up some.
Oh no. Jim is always trying to one-up me.
Who's got the world's largest pineapple right now, boy?
Hey, this is a family park.
Look at this.
Oh yeah, It's a
Oh,
big
is that
pineapple there.
It's not an
Yeah,
eggplant, honey.
it's a big pineapple.
Okay, so these ladies and those ladies over there just went through exactly what we went through. We were right there 2.5 hours ago. And now we're 10 feet away. You see pigeons all the time, but these green parakeets,
No, it's not a parakeet.
what is it? I'm not sure that's particularly common. Oh, I think she's trying to film it too. I don't want to get in your way, I apologize. But this is unusual. I've not seen this bird anywhere in our travels to Italy. Just that bird at the top. 3/4 of a mile at least walking through this park. But you know what? It was kind of worth it because I liked a lot of the stuff we saw on our way, and finally we're out where we want to be, which is getting up to here. So that's where we're going. We want to get up there. Been there already. To give you some perspective, that is the arco for the entrance. This is the Parco Giochi, the playground, de comunale, of the community. That's where we thought we were going to be able to get in. This is where we gave up from going in and had lunch over there. This is the port, Porto di Trani. And now we're coming up here to see the rest of the lookout. Here's the reverse perspective. The water coming in, the lighthouse. This is the view into the port. And then once again up there is the campanelli and the chiesa from yesterday. And this brings us into the port. Dogs of the vlog. Fishing boats are coming in. Usually there's more seagulls trailing it than there are now. But they're gonna brick at the side over there. And then they're gonna sell their catch directly out there on that street. We showed you that yesterday. Okay, we're making our way out of the park. I don't know whether you can hear all the bird sounds, but I know Angie's loving it, right?
Yeah.
And, you know, we got the ocean, I guess. See? The sea.
Oh, look at this.
The sea to my right. We got the park before that. And we have this castle to our left.
What is going on up here?
A lot of birds in it, a lot of little baby birds
there's...
trying for food. So Mama must have gone to pick up some, I don't know, McDonald's or, you know, maybe a local seafood dish just as a treat. But
A McVerm.
McVerm, what's that?
It's a sandwich
a
with
worm,
birds
but a
with
McVerm.
worms.
Oh yeah. Because birds eat worms. I get it.
Uh-huh.
The audience probably picked up on that. If you saw our video on Bisceglie, which please do, because that place is a wonder. I just don't understand why it isn't recognized. We stood on the edge and we showed you where Trani was. Well, now I'm standing where we were picturing, and that down there is Bisceglie.
Speaking of Bisceglie, does Trani deserve its reputation as sort of the more famous older brother of that town? Yeah, I suppose it does, but that doesn't mean that I would skip visiting Bisceglie. Both towns really seem like they have their eye towards the future, and I think these are actually going to be even more enjoyable visits in the years to come. So if you are in the Puglia region, I definitely recommend visiting both of them. And I also recommend liking and subscribing to the 4 Chains because we got a lot more Italy videos coming soon.